the beginning of wisdom is sorrow. You guys pull up that exact passage, wisdom and sorrow, Bible verse. Because I can see all the beauty in the world. The evil controllers can see it as well. I mean, how many times on air? Hundreds? Have I talked about how there's all this creeping corruption and oppression and injustice and bullying that goes on in the world? But it's all mixed in with beautiful trees and the blue sky and sunshine and the light, cool spring wind and the smell of flowers. And not just the birds singing, but wheeling through the sky. We have at our house a bunch of swallows, little blue back swallows with little gold bronze chest, and they nest every year and have their babies. And the babies, I've lived in the same house about 3 years, and so now I know several generations of the birds, so they all like us and know us and land just a foot or two away from us and look approvingly at us. And it just makes me want to cry. But it isn't physically crying. I'm crying in my heart. And I just want to protect all the innocent things, all the good things. I mean, I've been raised in this evil world. You've been raised in this evil world. And it gets more and more wicked by degrees every minute as we get sucked into a black hole of death and destruction. I mean, look at world history. We know where we're going. It's like we're in a motorboat going 80 miles an hour across a lake towards an island with big rocks. And I'm saying to people, look where we're going. We better slow down. We better change course. And there's this slight memory, of cowardice. It's a nostalgia. It's a alternate reality nostalgia of what if I would have just been a rancher or a salesman or a professor? What if I never would have been involved in any of this? Then I wouldn't be in the danger I'm in right now. But instantly, I realize that's not even my own thought. It's not a heartfelt thought. It isn't who I am. It's just my brain analyzing the past. I am the person that made these decisions. I wouldn't have met my wife if I hadn't taken the course. I would have a different wife or different children. In eternity, I am who I am. In eternity, I made the decisions I made. In eternity, I put it all on the line as best I could. And I put it all in God's hands. In eternity. And so the course I'm on is set. My destiny, whatever God has in store for me, is set. And I want to reach out to all of you who are new listeners out there or who are working for the government right now, tuned into this radio show. I want to ask you to be still. This afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, to close the shades, to sit in a chair in the twilight and realize we are at the twilight of our civilization, our society right now. If we don't turn back soon, ladies and gentlemen, if we turn back, it's going to be hell on earth. If we don't turn back, it's going to be the likes of which humanity has never seen. And everyone knows that in their gut. And a lot of you just keep your head down in the government. You just try to do your job. You try to not be evil. And that's what's holding back the evil. Is people outside the government and in the government, and people inside the corporations and outside the corporations, inside these gangs, these corporate systems, who haven't given yourselves over to peer pressure to go along with corruption. And so all the movie stars and shows like 24 and all these programs tell you the new hero does torture. The new hero is bad. The new hero does evil things, but for a greater good. They are attempting to traffic in your soul. I mean, have you read in Revelations, the great merchants of the world trafficked in the souls of men? They traffic in brainwashing you from birth, in conditioning you, into destroying who you would have been. And so I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to be killed. God forbid. I love my children more than anything in the world. But it's in God's hands. They're not going to have a future if I don't fight these people. You're not going to have a future if we don't fight these people. And I want those evil individuals who haven't fully given themselves over and hardened their hearts to corruption, if any of this is reaching you, it isn't too late to turn back. It isn't too late to look around you at the majesty and the mystery of the universe. Last night I was out under the stars. It was one of the clearest nights in years in the city. And I was looking at the moon and Saturn and Mars and Orion's belt and the cool wind and the green grass and just the smell of the life going on around me and how good it is. I mean, we know what's good and we know what's bad. And we know black helmets and ski masks is bad. We know cameras in the schools and in the laptops watching us is bad. We know the government lying incessantly and robbing and stealing is bad. And we know it's getting worse. And the most important thing I can say to people out there that serve the dark side is the media and the culture have sold the dark side as powerful and as commanding. Look at all the villains. They're handsome, they're smart, they're powerful, they're Darth Vader. And so from a young age, children identify with that. They identify with Cobra Commander, and 20 years later, they wear a Cobra Commander uniform. It's now the police uniform. And the Pentagon admits it's all pre-programmed. This is declassified. It's pure evil. They have taken who you are, and they have twisted it and turned you into an artificial psychopath. They've robbed you of all the discernment and all the gentleness that you would have had. Because there is a duality. You know, you'll find, not just in human psychology, but in all mammal behavior, you know, the more aggressive species, the stronger species, also are more loving with their pack or their herd or their group. Because if they weren't, if they didn't have that loving side, they would turn those predatory instincts against their own species. And so humans have this as well. You are much stronger when you are in tune with the love. You're not weak. I mean, this system is driven by fear. These FBI agents and ATF agents and all of them, they're scared to death for their lives. All they've got's their worldly things and their ego. And once they give into it, all it is avarice and envy. And it's the same for the general public. And there are better things in the world that will actually fulfill you. And look, I'm not up here on a high horse. I'm not up here on the mountain like I'm some monk or something, or Buddha under a tree. I know you. I know you because I've been there. I know what you're thinking. I mean, my brain has a very dark side. I can see what you see, and I know it is not good. Evil is not sexy. Evil is sad. Evil is rotten. Evil stinks like a rotting carcass. Fidelity and honor and goodness and steadfastness and generosity is what we're really meant for. And changing our world is an inside job. Everything's an inside job. We have to change ourselves one